$99, what a bitch ain't one. If you haven't heard, try to cut it back for you, son. I got $99, what a bitch ain't one.
Thank you. Good morning. Don't you just love a good shooter and some Jay-Z on a Sunday morning? And you thought an analytics presentation was going to be boring. My name is Laura Miele, and I am the Vice President of Marketing for EA Games at Electronic Arts. But I am known in many circles at EA as Spreadsheet Sally. And at EA, that is generally not a compliment. So I'm going to take you through my journey about bringing analytics into a creative company and how it has actually unleashed a lot of creativity and liberated some of our teams to be even bolder in the marketplace and more aggressive. So for starters, I just want to give you a quick frame-up of our industry. We're a $50 billion industry in games globally. And what you'll notice on this calendar year is this shift in digital sales and direct-to-consumer connection from packaged goods. And I know that it's probably nothing new that you haven't heard. I mean, when was the last time you walked into a Best Buy and bought a music CD? Same thing's happening in our business. And it's causing us to think about our product and consumers in different ways. We were a very product-focused company, built the product. It would take us 3 to 5 years to build it, create that shiny disc, get it out into the marketplace, to now we are thinking far more about our consumer. We have a direct relationship with our consumer now, and we have to think about how we talk to them and how we get information and track behavior so we can respond in more effective ways for them. So the changing market meant that we needed to make a big change in marketing. The old world, we would build our games, we would spend $50 to $100 million making a game. We would put it out into the marketplace. Now keep in mind, our launch windows, relative to maybe some of the projects and things that you're working on, are 6 weeks. We have 6 weeks to make it rain in the market, or it doesn't happen at all. So we would put a product out, and then we would move on to the next product, and then we would be done. The new world, with data, metrics, and game telemetry, has forced us to create a service and be 24/7 relationships with our consumers. We put products out in the market now, and we live with them. We have massive teams on them. We receive game telemetry information about our consumers. We adapt the product, we assess the situation, and we attack the opportunities. Again, game analytics and metrics can be very liberating for game developers and marketers. So now that we have all this data, and we understand we have to change with the marketplace, what next? A lot of data can be very overwhelming for an organization, and interpreting that data and analyzing it can be very complicated. So I'm going to share a story with you about what I did. So about a couple of years ago, any company goes under a transformation. Obviously, there's a lot of challenges and stress within the organization. Our CEO tasked me with forecasting our business every week. So every week I had to walk across our campus, walk across the lawn, and report to him what our sales were, what we thought they were going to be, and just how far off we were in our forecasts. So trust me when I tell you, it didn't take me long to try and figure out what the answers were and why we're missing them. And to be honest, I mean, no one likes to be wrong, right? And that's definitely an emotional challenge for many of us, but it was less about that for me and just not having the answers, not understanding what was going on in our business, not knowing why we were beating our numbers by 100% or missing them by 50%. So it was really important. So I set out to build an analytics team. When I was interviewing analysts and trying to figure out how we were going to solve some of these problems, and this kid came in one day, it was the end of day, and he was looking at his shoes the whole time, and kind of all shucks, I'm so excited to be at EA, and he had this applied mathematics degree, super smart, and lucky for me, the only thing he liked better than solving math problems and talking about theorems with his friends was playing video games. And he happened to have 4 other friends that they lived in the same apartment complex, they went to the same college together, and he says, well, you know, I have these friends, and we were working on this model about a year ago, and you might find it interesting about game quality versus game sales. And I'm looking at him going, huh, what, really? You came up with that on your own. So they brought this model in, and I hired them immediately. I hired this team of, at first it's like, well, it's temporary contractor, let's see how this goes. They immediately set out, and they were these investigative reporters throughout the company. They brought intellectual curiosity into our business culture, and they were trying to find the most random connections to sales in our business. It was hilarious. They would try and figure out, you know, what a billboard chart on a song was compared to what we used in the TV, and what the sentiment was on consumers, and they were actually starting to draw some really impressive correlations. Now, mind you, at first, many of them didn't work, but boy, when those models started kicking in and we could understand the cause and effect of creative choices we were making, money we were spending, it was like we hit the lottery. It was so exciting. So so the Jedi are still there, and I have hired some people to come in and work with the Jedi, some grown-ups, to manage them and take them even further than I was able to take them. We hired an economist who is leading the group now, who is just phenomenal. And this is a list of some of the tools and metrics and projects and things that they've worked on. The second one being Project Amazing. Our Jedi are not a humble group, but they created some tools to give us some great answers to some of the questions we had about, again, creative choices, our game quality, game features we were selecting, we were talking to our consumers. And one of my favorite projects that we worked on was this predictive model that helped us with our resource allocation and our marketing mix. And that was through Wes Nichols at MarketShare. So I'm going to turn it over to Wes and have him take you through some of the details of that model. And then I'm going to finish up and take you through that TV spot I showed you, and how we came to that piece of creative, and how we use multiple models and tools to answer some really important questions for a big campaign that we're working on.